guys, what's up? My name is Reiley and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am a licensed cosmetologist in the state of California, and if you haven't subscribed already, you should hit that button down below, as well as follow me on social media. Here is my Instagram. That is where you can keep up with me on all things hair as well as my daily life. So I am a blonding specialist. I've been a hairstylist for about 2 years now, but I'm not gonna lie, when I got out of school, I knew nothing about toning. I do have another video about toning, however, it's pretty specific to Redken shades. So if you want to see that video, I'll have it linked down below. I'm completely aware that toning is one of the most confusing parts about doing hair, especially after beauty school, when you're not really sure what it's exactly for or how you're supposed to use it or why you're supposed to use it. So today I'm going to be breaking down all things toner for you. And like I said, there's a lot of information in this video, so if you guys are confused about anything, just go ahead and comment down below. Let's get started on the basics of toning. I'm going to be referencing two things in this video. The first one is the decolorization process, and the second one is the color wheel. So the decolorization process is the lightening process. It's essentially the process of taking someone from a level 1, which is black, to a level 10, which is blonde. Obviously, you cannot go from black to blonde by just snapping your fingers, so there is a process in between that, and understanding that process is going to be one of the most important parts about toning. Understanding this step is going to help you know how to tone and what to tone with. When you are taking someone from black to blonde, you go through a process. The underlying tones of black are red, then orange, then yellow, then white. So if you want to take someone from black or even brown to blonde, they're gonna have to be red, they're gonna have to be orange, and they're gonna have to be yellow. This is why usually people do it in sessions, because normally the hair is not capable of going from black to blonde in one session. If you were to check the foil every 20 minutes, you can actually see the decolorization process. So understanding that the hair does not just go from dark to extremely light by a snap of the finger is going to be so important when toning. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is the color wheel. Don't be embarrassed if you need the color wheel. Nobody is too good for the color wheel. I still use it. Once you are able to understand the underlying pigments of the hair, for instance red, orange, and yellow, then you use the color wheel to know what to tone with. So if you lifted yellow, you're gonna need purple because it's on the other side of the color wheel. If you lifted orange, you're gonna need blue in your toner because it's on the opposite side of the color wheel. If you lifted red, you're gonna need green. Like I said, nobody is too good for the color wheel, and understanding the color wheel is going to get you so far in doing hair. So now that we have the decolorization process and the color wheel process, those two go hand in hand to know how to tone and what to tone with, let's move on to what toner is. So toner is usually a demi-permanent hair color. It is deposit only. It cannot lift the natural hair strand. It's usually used with a very low developer or processing solution, and like I said, it does not lift the hair and it does not make the hair lighter. A lot of people know the super famous toners that most hairstylists use, and that is Redken Shades EQ. Those are a demi-permanent and they are used with processing solution. So now, what is toner used for? Toner is usually used to refresh your color, to add shine, or to eliminate or neutralize unwanted tones in the hair. So why do we need to tone, and when do we need to tone? I can't even tell you how many clients sit in my chair and show me this silvery blonde or this mushroom brown, and I don't know if you've noticed, but hair will never lift to a mushroom brown. And to be quite honest, even if someone doesn't want to be a mushroom brown or a silvery blonde, I never not tone anyone. I tone everybody. Once you've put lightener on someone's hair and their hair is starting to lighten, unless they're like a unicorn or something, there's probably always going to be some kind of unwanted tone in the hair, whether it's red, whether it's orange, whether it's gold, or even just yellow. It's pretty rare that no one wants or needs to be toned, and honestly, it's up to you as a professional to decide if someone needs to be toned. It's not up to the client. So if someone does lift red, orange, yellow, golden, toner is going to help cancel out those unwanted pigments while also depositing the tones that you do want. So let's say someone comes in with level 6 or 7 hair and wants to be a bright, ashy level 10 blonde. Usually if you're starting from a level 6 or 7, you are definitely going to be able to lift to a level 10. So let's say you lifted them to a level 9. The underlying pigment of a level 9 9 is yellow. They have a little bit of some light yellow in their hair. You have to tone them because if you just rinse, it's gonna be yellow and it's not gonna be that ashy blonde that they want. Yellow does not exist in an ashy blonde, so like I said, you're gonna need to tone to counteract that yellow in the hair. And if you look at the color wheel, the opposite color of yellow is purple. So using something with purple will cancel out those tones. How do we tone the hair? So as you know, the first step to toning is lightening. So I think one of the most important things to understand when you are toning is that you have to tone at the level the hair was lifted to or darker. If your client doesn't want to see orange, you must lift past orange or you have to tone it darker. Just because you're toning with a specific level of hair color does not mean that the hair will look that level. Toner doesn't make a level 8 magically a level 10. You have to push past the warmth to get the tone you want. Just because a silver looks dark doesn't mean it's that easy. You have to push past the warmth. Another example is if my client lifts to a level 7, I can't just put a 9 on there and hope that it shows up lighter. A level 9 is not gonna do anything on a level 7 hair. That has to be lifted again. The next order of business is you have to understand the color line that you are going to be using. All color lines are so different, and if you're a beginner and trying to use so many different ones, it's gonna be really hard for you to understand and grasp what's important in toning. So if I were you and I was a beginner, I would choose one color line and I would stick to it. I use Redken Shades of Q. It's self-explanatory. There are so many options to tone, but it's not overwhelming. It's a little bit of a sheer or translucent toner, which means there's room for air. There's also literally thousands of combinations you can make with the toner, so there's not one right way to do it. And lastly, there are so many stylists that use Redken shades that it is so easy to find education. One of the main benefits that I saw in Redken shades was that they had this big color chart, and I have no idea where I got mine. I use it almost every single day. It shows you all the shades that they have, their background tones, and then what they neutralize. That is honestly so helpful for beginners and also for people like me who aren't a beginner. Another question that I got is why I would use more than one toner in a combination. Once I see what my client was lifted to, my brain automatically thinks, what do I need to cancel and what do I want to deposit? As we know, toner is a deposit only, so it's going to neutralize a pigment and it can deposit a pigment. Now, if you want to be neutral, then you just need a neutralizing pigment. These are all things that you have to learn with experience. And with that, all I can recommend is that you get practice. The only way you're gonna know how to do it is seriously practice, practice, practice. I hope this video was at least a little bit helpful for you guys. I know that this is so confusing. I had no idea how to tone when I got out of beauty school. If you guys are still confused and still lost, leave your questions down below. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.